Hey y'all, it's time to kick up some dust with Suki Blaze on the Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour. This ain't your granddaddy's country show. I'm slinging the hottest new country tunes with a rebel yell, mixing twang, heart, and soul. Broadcasting from Monterey, New York, Italy, Japan, and every honky-tonk in between on Sonic Scout Radio. Serving up 2 hours of good old fun that will make you feel like a rodeo clown riding a busted bull. So grab a whiskey, pop a beer, and crank it up some. Suki Blaze is here to shake your airwaves.
Baby likes to drink, runs around in my t-shirt with dirty little feet. She likes it rough, my baby's tough. She's throwing back the hot stuff, y'all. My cowgirl. First thing in the morning, it's chores at dawn. She works them ponies all day long. Saturday night gone, it's back to town. Try to drink of water, she's throwing down. My cowgirl. Well, she's a rebel, real razor hair, probably knock you out, son. Oh, I love you, son. And cowgirls, where's my cowgirl?
Shane Dwight with Cowgirls, and I think that should be the lead into every one of my shows here in the Whisky Rebellion. But let me state my case as to why. Because, Shane, I am a rebel yell, raising hell, probably knock you out, son, kind of a gal. And, every weekend, not every, but on occasion, my friends, they say, Suki, come on, we got to go back down to our local watering hole because you've been working too much. And that is usually an indicator when they say too much, because that means I'm going to be too much that night, right? They make sure the Coors fountains are blue, and my favorite barkeep always has a bottle of Blanton's right next to her so she could just keep on pouring those up. And then karaoke happens, and Suki Blaze just turns into just a whole nother machine. I get a little rowdy now and then, but I have great friends that make sure I get home and see my little puppy dog, Copper. Well, without further ado, let's roll on into the next song by Shane Dwight called One of Us. And if you're into outlaw country, this is going to be right up your alley. It is explosive. And I need to stop talking. Here you go. One of Us by Shane Dwight.
Some call me a rock star. Some say I'm a bar hop. A whiskey sippin' hippie that should get a job. Some say I'm a sinner, a backwoods rebel. I never settled down, son of a gun, ride a guitar picker that has nowhere but everywhere to go. I'm born to chase the sun, so just hum along if you're one of us. If you ever had a dream, something to save, I'll set free. If you're a bustin' lip, never quit, risk it all, son bitch, you're a lot like me. Break a bend your strings and you beat your keys. Chase that neon dream till your fingers bleed. Sing all night and ride all day. Another town, another stage, just trying to get paid. You're breed apart, real good at breaking hearts. When you're one of us, sometimes you feel like a monster on a roller coaster, taking it for a ride with your hands up high. You tell yourself every time that's why it's worth it. Well, you beat your strings and you beat your keys. Chase that neon dream till your fingers bleed. Sing all night and ride all day. Another time, another stage, still trying to get paid. You're breed apart, real good at breaking hearts. If you're one of us. Some say I'm a bar hop, a whiskey sippin' hippie that should get a job. Yeah, right.
That was One of Us by Shane Dwight. I hope you folks give him a follow online. Shane Dwight Music on his socials, and shanedwight.com if you want to check his .com and check out touring dates and whatnot. And all of his music, he has a large catalog, can be found on Apple, Spotify, Bandcamp. So he's really an impressive gentleman. I think you're just going to love his whole catalog just as much as I do. Now, moving forward, I want to tell you a little bit what I do each day. Each day I survey online, I survey Spotify, Bandcamp, all of the major streaming, platforms for music, and I hand curate everything that goes onto the show, and it is quite the pleasure to do so. And I try to match music that matches the personality of the show. And although sometimes it could be a little quirky because Miss Suki Blaze does color outside the lines a little bit, I really am so proud of bands much like this one. Luke Brown and the Jubilee. I've been watching for some time, and boy, they certainly know how to put on a show and make some awesome music. I want to help paint a picture here a little bit, if you allow me to. Picture a dusty Atlanta jukebox joint, right? A neon glow hums, and the air smells of whiskey and heartache. That's where Luke Brown and the Jubilee crank up their steel guitars, unleashing a sound that's equal parts Saturday night swagger and Sunday morning soul. This high-octane country outfit weaves classic honky-tonk twang with modern grit, delivering a bar-burning live shows that have earned them spots alongside some heavy hitters like Silverado and Chase Beckham. With singles like Let It Ride and Problem for Tomorrow, they've got the Southeast buzzing. It is clear that their latest song, Eastern Shore, is just turning heads all over. Well, here we go, folks. Eastern Shore, and enjoy.
I'd swim across that old Mobile Bay if that's what it takes to change your mind. I'm waiting here on this worn down pier. I wonder how you could leave this behind. It's always raining on that eastern shore, but ever since you left it's raining even more. Them clouds are heavy, that sun don't shine. These storms keep rolling through, but you don't seem to leave my mind. I heard you went and found a piece of land, left this Gold Coast sand here with me. I swear I'm fine, but it's a matter of time before I drown in a memory. It's always raining on that eastern shore, but ever since you left it's raining even more. Them clouds are heavy, that sun don't shine. These storms keep rolling through, but you don't seem to leave my mind. It's always raining on that eastern shore, but ever since you left it's raining even more. Them clouds are heavy, that sun don't shine. These storms keep rolling through, but you don't seem to leave my mind. I'd swim across that old Mobile Bay if that's what it takes.
Well, y'all, Luke Brown and the Jubilee just took us for a moonlight ride along the eastern shore with that heartfelt coastal croner. Now they're turning up the twang and soaring to the heavens with their steel-soaked anthem, Angel. This Atlanta crew is serving up classic country with a modern kick, so buckle up for some soul-stirring harmonies. And be sure to follow this rowdy crew and their journey on Instagram, Luke Brown and the Jubilee, TikTok, same, and be sure to stream them on Spotify. Well, folks, without further ado, here is their song, Angel.
Well, I gotta admit, you pulled a fast one on me. You said I was the one, but I wasn't the only. Should've known better, still good to be true. Pretty good back then, thought it was heaven. Now it's upside down, and you're the one, babe. Time has got a funny way of showing the real you. Now you're singing your siren song with your folk guitar. This ain't the same girl that I once knew. Your tempting gaze and your wicked way. They say the devil was an angel, but he ain't got nothing on you. Now you tore him down and got me believing cowboys right away. Sometimes for good reason. We'll ride into the sunset, let you fool somebody new. Oh, ain't that true? Now you're singing your siren song with your folk guitar.
still reeling from the Mobile Bay breeze on the eastern shore? Well, Luke Brown and the Jubilee are about to light up this virtual honky-tonk here at the Whisky Rebellion with their song Problem for Tomorrow. This Atlanta group is slinging some 90s country bangers that's all about kicking worries to the curb and dancing the night away. So be sure to go grab a beer, raise a ruckus, and let's keep the party going. Here is Problem for Tomorrow.
Don't get me wrong, it ain't slipped my mind. I got things to do, yeah, I'm falling behind. I could stay home alone, I could whine and moan and cry. I got a car that won't run, got a job that won't quit, got too many troubles filling up my list. Guess it ain't my day, but at least tonight, that's the last thing on my mind. 'Cause that's a problem for tomorrow. Some things just can't wait. No need for dread and sorrow. I've had all that I can take. I know there ain't no running, and baby, time is something you can't borrow. So I'll take tonight and get it all off my mind. 'Cause that's a problem for tomorrow. Started, I'm in the zone. I ain't checking the mail, I ain't touching the phone. If anybody needs me, you tell them that I'm MIA, at least for today. Yeah, 'cause that's a problem for tomorrow. Some things just can't wait. No need for dread and sorrow. I've had all that I can take. You can't borrow. So I'll take tonight and put it all out of sight. 'Cause that's a problem for tomorrow. Get on. For losing. Seems the troubles I'm facing might have been my own choosing. Yeah, well, guess that's a problem for tomorrow. Some things just can't wait. No need for dread and sorrow. Well, I had all that I can take. I know there ain't no running. You can't borrow. So I'll take tonight to get it all off my mind. 'Cause that's a problem for tomorrow.
Luke Brown and the Jubilee just got us kicking up dust over here at the Rebellion Studio with their song Problem for Tomorrow, that 90s style honky-tonk anthem that's got a barroom a-buzzin' and worries wait until sunrise. Those Atlanta boys sure do know how to sling some steel and keep this Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour rolling strong. Now that we're riding that country train, let's go straight into the heart of the South with a wonderful artist by the name of Jethro. He's a rough and tumble troubadour who's bringing the grit and twang with his barn burner song, Boots on the Ground. This track is packed with whiskey-soaked vocals. I should know a thing about that. A foot-stomping beat and enough country soul to make your heart ache and your boots dance. So grab a cold one, tip your hat, and join the rebellion, folks. Let's continue on this magical journey with Jethro.
If you miss me, I'm as far as you push me. Don't talk about love if you're going astray. If you wanna keep me, you better show me. Respect goes both, there ain't no other way. Farces are raw and personal, about trust, broken love, fading and refusing to bleed alone. God has a gift, has a call. If you miss me, I'm as far as you push me. Don't talk about love if you're going astray. If you wanna keep me, you better show me. Respect goes both, there ain't no other way. Don't say the words if you're gonna stray. Your actions will show what your lips won't say. I'll give you my all if you stand and fight, but I won't bleed alone just to make it right. If you miss me, I'm as far as you push me. Don't talk about love if you're going astray. If you wanna keep me, you better show me. Respect goes both, there ain't no other way. You can't burn a bridge and still cross it again. You can't call it love when it cuts like a sin. I won't be a fool for the games you choose. It takes two to hold fire, or both will lose. If you miss me, I'm as far as you push me. Don't talk about love if you're going astray. If you wanna keep me, you better show me. Respect goes both, there ain't no other way.
That was As Far As You Push by Jethro. Y'all still feeling the dust kicking up from Jethro's song, Boots on the Ground? That rowdy anthem that has us stomping through the Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour like nobody's business. Now, this rough-edged country crooner is slowing it down just a touch to get real with his song, Ain't Always What You Want. It's a whiskey-soaked, heart-wrenching tale of chasing dreams that turn into dust, those life choices you thought would lead to glory, but left you broken, busted instead, with Jethro's gritty growl and steel guitar crying like a lonesome highway. This is one that's going to hit you right in the soul. So grab a drink, lean into the heartache, and let's keep the rebellion alive with his song, Ain't Always What You Want.
But the road won't bend just to carry you. What you get might cut like a knife, not the dream you planned, just the price of life. Freedom's a fire, but the burn is real. Every choice you make, the wheel will deal. You want, but don't you forget, what you want ain't always what you get. choice you make, the wheel will deal. Do what you want, but don't you forget, what you want ain't always what you get. Trade your heart for a restless deal, chasing shadows that don't turn real. Love slips away like smoke in the wind, and you can't buy back what you lost again. But the burn is real. Every choice you make, the wheel will deal. Do what you want, but don't you forget, what you want ain't always what you get.
Well, y'all, Jethro just laid it all bare for us with his song, Ain't Always What You Want, spinning a tale of life's choices going sideways, exclusively here on the Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour. And you know what? That steel guitar is still echoing in my mind. Now, this country renegade is cranking up the sass, and you know he found a great place to do it at because I am your host, Suki Blaze, and I am probably the biggest sassy ass you might ever meet. Well, I'm sorry, I digress. With his next song, I'll Just Bark, a honky-tonk hoot about lovers in a spat, where words are just not cutting it. Picture Jethro, a tall, fine-looking gentleman, fed up, throwing his hands up in the air and howling like a hound dog, 'cause sometimes, darling, barking's all you got left. This one's got a rowdy rhythm and a grin you can't wipe off. Keep up with Jethro's wild ride on Instagram, Jethro Country Music. TikTok, same. And be sure to follow him on Spotify.
If I speak my mind, you say I cut too deep. If I hold my tongue, you say I'm hard to read. Baby, you twist it, turn it upside down. Got me playing the fool every time you come around. I ain't trying to fight, I ain't trying to hide, but every little word turns into a ride. So I'm gonna bark loud as a hound in the dark. Lay it down with a laugh, still hitting my mark. Call it crazy, call it wild, call it Southern Pride with spark. If I can't then hell, I'll just bark. You call me stubborn, you call me mean, but you like the fire burning in between. It's love and war in this house tonight. We'll fuss and fight, then we'll make it right. Well, love ain't easy, it's a wild man's game. We fuss and we cuss, but it feels the same. You push, I pull, then the sparks all fly. Two hard-headed hearts under one roof sky. So I'm gonna bark loud as a hound in the dark. Lay it down with a laugh, still hitting
y'all. Strap in for Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour, the rowdiest ride in country music, and I am your host, Suki Blaze, bringing you nearly 3 decades of hunting down the rawest, realest artists who pour their hearts into every note. No big label fluff here, just pure, authentic country that'll make you stomp and holler. So crank it up, grab a cold one, and let's tear up some airwaves with the best in independent talent around, only on Sonic Scout Radio.
I don't know what you want when you ask me to tell you just the truth and nothing more. If I'm all that you're after when you have me, honesty ain't what you're looking for. I don't trust anyone without a secret. You just can't tell how well they might lie. If I don't know how long you might keep it, the only one I'll trust is me with mine. Doesn't stop until the maker makes it. The thunder can shake the clouds away. If a river wears the rock down in the canyon, why can't I make peace with your way? Because I don't trust anyone without a secret. You just can't tell how well they might lie. If I don't know how long you might keep it, the only one I'll trust is me with mine. It's all for sale, where your left is just the risk taking control. Why would it fold? Because I don't trust anyone without a secret. You just can't tell how well they might lie. If I don't know how long you might keep it, the only one I'll trust.
Well, hot diggity damn, that was the Blue Fiddles, who just took us home with their song, Me With Mine. That Texas-sized heartstring tugger that's got us swaying under the Lone Star moonlight here on the Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour. Those fiddles that wail and the soulful harmonies is just pure country magic. Now this Texas crew is kicking it up again with their next song, Out of the Game, a gritty, twangy, fueled anthem that's all about walking away when the cards ain't falling your way. With their boot stomping, string singing songs with the Blue Fiddles are keeping it rowdy and real here on the Whisky Rebellion. Be sure to follow them and that Lone Star journey on Instagram at the Blue Fiddles, TikTok, Blue Fiddles, Spotify, the same. Here is our next song, Out of the Game, right here on Sonic Scout Radio with your host, Suki Blaze.
You won't win, you won't break even, and you'll never get out of the game. You won't win or break even, but you'll never get out of the game.
The Blue Fiddles just threw us out of the ring. Out with the old, in with the new. Well, that was their song, Out of the Game. That Texas tough anthem that's just got us dusting off our boots and walking away proud here at the Whisky Rebellion. Those Lone Star Boys know how to sling a story with their gritty riffs and fiddle fire. Fiddle fire. Wow. You know, that's really tough to say. And I'm glad I didn't put a lot of Blantons in my mug tonight because I would not have been able to say that too well. Well, now that they're turning up the soul with Mourn for Me Not, a bluesy, heart-stomping banger that says, don't cry for me 'cause I'm living free, packed with twangy strings and that raw hill country swagger. This one's going to have you raising a glass and howling at the moon. Keep up with the boys from Texas, the Blue Fiddlers, or the Blue Fiddles. Maybe I did have too much Blantons. With their tunes on Instagram, the Blue Fiddles, TikTok, Blue Fiddles, and Spotify. You know what? Just light up all their socials and just do it for me, Suki Blaze. Alrighty, you're done listening to me now. I will just let the music play for itself. Okay. Well, here's Mourn for Me Not.
For me and never, I'm doing nothing forever and ever. Mourn for me now, friend, weep for me and never, I'm doing nothing forever and ever. With song and sweet music, heaven might be a ringing, but you know I won't have nothing to do with that a singing. For me now, friend, weep for some else. I found me a place better off for my health. It's a quiet lot we all cast in the stone. Matter not where we've been, it's the place I will go. So mourn for me now, friend, weep for me and never, I'm doing nothing forever and ever. Mourn for me now, friend, weep for me and never, I'm doing nothing forever and ever. With all the sweet music, heaven might be a ringing, but you know I won't have nothing to do with that a singing. Shed not a tear, needing want for me, brother. I'm setting off, hard time for another. Got me a set that'll get me to ground. If it ain't being lost, I don't wanna get bound. So mourn for me now, friend, weep for me and never, I'm doing nothing forever and ever. Mourn for me now, friend, weep for me and never, I'm doing nothing forever and ever. With all the sweet music, heaven might be a ringing, but you know I won't have nothing to do with that a singing.
The Blue Fiddles. They just have us wrestling all the time with this music. I mean, it is just so upbeat and energizing. And I fell in love with them the first time I saw them on Instagram. And of course, I started following them and, stalking them through all my social media stuff. And I reached out and I'm like, hey. And they're like, hey, back. And let's get on your show, Suki Blaze. And I'm like, yeah, I'd really like that, friends. And here they are, right? I'm just so happy and I'm just in love with what I do here at Sonic Scout Radio because we really get behind independent artists. That's all we showcase is independent artists. No big labels here, no corporate playlists. It is just your girl, Suki Blaze, doing the legwork, picking and choosing what I want on this show, specifically for you, my listeners. I have you all in my mind. I have a certain personality for this show. It's not for everybody, but it's one size fits most, I would like to think. Well, be sure to check out the Fiddle Boys, sorry, the Blue Fiddles, and their twangy tale with the Blue Fiddles on all platforms, all right? And tell them Suki Blaze sent ya. Well, let's send them off with their next song, Ever Really Up to Us.
You need to know, and so you ask the way that I chose. Who shares the path? What did you see when you met me? And if a person can change, maybe time might have picked a little differently. If it was ever really up to us to choose who to love, what's to say who'd get it right and who'd keep getting wrong? If we could ever really understand, pleasure to be part of your plan, where we carry on and let the love choose to believe they'd be happy. If it was ever really up to us. I need to learn, and so you said the tongue that you turned lives in your head. I could be anything to anyone, but all that I have ever done was prove the bigger the hurt, the closer to you. If it was ever really up to us to choose who to love, what's to say who'd get it right and who'd keep getting wrong? If we could ever really understand, pleasure to be part of your plan, where we carry on and let the love choose to believe they'd be happy. If it was ever really up to almost never-ending, gladly chase the rush, outlasted, had me, hope the next endless one magic storms in flames and ends in ash. If it was ever really up to us to choose who to love, what's to say who'd get it right and who'd keep getting wronged? If we could ever really understand, pleasure to be part of your plan, where we carry on and let the love choose to believe they'd be happy. If it was ever really up to us. If it was ever up to us.
Raise your glasses and join the uprising. The Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour is where bold spirits meet bold stories. Every week we pour the finest whiskeys, trade unfiltered opinions, spark conversation that'll make your grandpappy blush. From distillery secrets to tales of a rebellion, we've got the fire water and the firepower to keep you hooked. Tune in every day on Sonic Scout Radio because sipping whiskey alone is just sad. The Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour with me, Suki Blaze, where you'll drink deep and think deeper too. You know, you're having a good time when the boys upstairs have to come downstairs to check on you. Yep. So they come on downstairs, they go by the window here, right? And they look in. They can't come in because the big red light's on. And they're like, Suki, can you just turn down that ruckus? And I said, absolutely not, gentlemen. I am here and I'm going to burn this house down. So they try to huff and puff. And you know what? They said, Suki. And I'm like, yes. They said, okay, well. And the nice thing is for them is I'm about to wrap this week's show. But before I split, I want to let you know that we're going to take a slight turn, a spicy detour, we could say, down a dusty trail where country meets a Latin beat. Introduce Ritmo Verse, and they are rolling in with their song Contigo en la Mía, a heart-pumping anthem that blends twangy steel guitars and sultry Latin rhythms, telling a story of love that burns hotter than a Texas sunset. So get ready for this south of the border sassy music set, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.
Oh, no, no, Venezuela presente, yeah, yeah. Te vi llegar con ese tumbao y el mundo se me puso en cámara lenta. Tu sonrisa fue como un disparo directo al pecho sin que yo lo sepa. Y tú pasabas sin mirar atrás, pero yo ya te tenía en mi plan. Pregunté tu nombre, dije, ¿pa' qué tal? Tú dijiste, tranqui, vamos a vacilar. Y no sé cómo fue, pero me enamoré. Entre tus cuentos y tus ganas de bailar sin por qué. Contigo en la mía, no hay noche fría. Cerquita
That was Contigo en la Mía by Ritmo Verse. What a wonderful project this has been for them because they are blending EDM, dance, country, all of this into their music, and it's just really fun and motivating, and I hope you enjoy it too. That rhythm is just contagious. And be sure to check them out on Spotify because they do have a big catalog of great music, and tell them Suki Blaze sent you. Well, I'll leave you with their next song, Corazón y Perro.
Mami, esto es pa' bailar juntitos.
Con tequila y reggaetón. Te vi bailando sola, con tu falda y tu sombrero. Rodeada de luces, pero brillabas tú primero. Tus caderas dicen ven, tu mirada dice fuego. Yo soy de rancho, pero me prendo en este juego. Y aunque vengo de la sierra, tengo el ritmo en las venas. Una mezcla peligrosa de mariachi y de candela. Corazón y perreo, entre besos y deseo. Bailamos pegadito, lento y sin rodeo. Tu alma es de campo, tu cuerpo es de fuego. Y en esta noche, baby, no hay ningún freno. Traigo botas y cadena, tu perfume de canela, tus labios como tequila, que mi sangre se revela. No eres una más del pueblo, tú eres reina sin corona. Y contigo yo me pierdo aunque no sepa la zona. México con flow latino, yo te doy lo más divino. Te dirijo hasta el Caribe, bailas y el mundo se escribe. No hay reglas esta noche, ni distancia ni reproche. Tus pasos y mis besos nos marcan el derroche. Corazón y perreo, entre besos y deseo. Bailamos pegadito, lento y sin rodeo. Tu alma es de campo, tu cuerpo es de fuego. Y en esta noche, baby, no hay ningún freno. Con sombrero y con flow, tú y yo perdemos el control. Corazón mexicano, con ritmo del reggaetón.
Hey y'all, this is Suki Blaze from your Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour and Sonic Scout Radio. I kind of want to tell you about something that's really exciting for me. You know, here at the Whisky Rebellion Happy Hour, I am always looking for indie artists to send me their stuff. Yeah, I'm looking for some MP3s. I want to be a part of your success. You know, why don't you go ahead and email me, Suki Blaze, at sonicscoutradio.com, and let's start talking. You know, we also are on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Well, I am at Suki Blaze Radio. And as we're continuing on, we are going to have our official launch on June 27th. So be sure to check us out online at www.sonicscoutradio.com and see all the amazing changes. Now, we are a global network, and we are so excited you're here. In fact, we want to have you grow with us. Let's go ahead and why don't you go ahead and send me that information, and I want to help make your dreams come true. Well, that's all, folks, for today. I will see you next week, and good heavens, make it a great one.